to community, from aimless restlessness and ambivalence to purpose. One of my most rewarding roles has been working with the New Zealand Special Forces, SAS, as a military officer and a lead psychologist. My role was to assist in selecting individuals and help them to sustain resilience as they operated in some of the world's most demanding conditions. My SAS mentor used to say, "Your most important job in life is to find your thing." This is the thing that inspires and fuels you daily, that sees you contributing and carving the vision you have created for yourself so that it fuels and inspires others around you. My thing is resilience, and I have obsessed over it for as long as I can remember. A typical definition of resilience is the ability to bounce back following an untoward event. This definition has always left me unsettled. An untoward event, according to whom? How long does it last? Who holds the criteria for resilience? Another question that has stirred my mind for some time is, what if the thing you were aiming to bounce back to is no longer there? Bouncing back doesn't seem good enough. It took time for me to realize that resilience is not necessarily about bouncing back or even forward. Sometimes, resilience is about your capacity to absorb and learn from your experience, to pause for a moment before you present your response. The book that changed my life. Growing up in the Balkans presented me with plenty of opportunities to choose both the heroes and anti-heroes of resilience. I grew up listening to my father's stories of overcoming challenges, fears and bad habits, in pursuit of purpose, and was mesmerized by the power of his conviction and courage. At the age of 9, I came upon a book about the life of a character called Victor. It illustrated the importance of resilience for me in a way that was unapologetic and confronting. The impression this book left on me shaped and influenced so much of my life, and I think it would challenge you to look at life differently too. In it, Victor is lying in his small home somewhere in the Russian countryside. He's on his dying bed, perched atop the stove, called pelote, a common setting in this context. In his final moments, Victor processes his life in vivid images. His experiences and choices rush past him as if he is watching a movie of himself. He recalls those events impartially, from a distance, as if he was never attached to them. Victor realizes that he isn't struggling to part with his life. He finds there is no point grieving for his life because he never really lived. I found this confronting. Had Victor chosen the road of least resistance? A decade later, I came upon a different book, written by a different Victor from another part of the world. His perspective was entirely different to that first Victor. Unlike the first one, the second Victor wasn't a fictional character, but a real man. He was Viktor Frankl, a psychotherapist who wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning. His best-known quote is, "Between stimuli and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Frankl would challenge you to choose, to mind the space between the thinker and the thought. As a Holocaust survivor himself, he had the evidence to show that no matter your predicament, there is always something you can do to improve your situation, even if that was to shift your perception and fuel hope. I wondered, would the story of the fictional Victor from Russia have been different if he had realized that he didn't just have to endure his predicament? That he, too, had a choice regarding how to direct his life? In the years after I'd stumbled upon the fictional Victor and the very real Viktor Frankl, I discovered a way of holding at bay the anxiety of wasted life. Instead, I learned to hold the hope for a life of true meaning by studying those who paved the way to resilience.